as fans, yeah.
I would definitely say the first Fresh Fest that I saw when I was living in Houston at Astro World. It was Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic 3.
Wow.
You know, I used to break and pop back then, so you know I was really into that. Nucleus opened up. You know, I'm sure I hope y'all know who Nucleus is. It was Dougie Fresh and MC Ricky D at that time. They opened up UTFO, Flash and the Furious 5, Fat Boys, Run DMC, and Houdini. It was crazy.
Yeah, I would say one of my favorite concerts was when I first came to New York, and I don't know, Derek, was it the Building? I think it was a place called the Building, and it was doing the New Music Seminar, and KRS was there, and Busta Rhymes was the first time I got to see Brand Nubians. It was all these new artists, Twilight Zone. We came from Chicago, and we were like just new MCs coming out, and we seen all these cats from New York that we idolized, you know. So I remember Busta, somebody's mic went out, and Busta started beatboxing for him. Like the music went out, Busta came and beatboxed, and PRT was there, and it was just spontaneous, this Black Sheep. It was just stuff we had never seen before. So that was like my favorite concert. It just lit my life up in hip hop.
We have time for one more question.
Can I answer it? Is that okay? Thank you. I'd be remiss to not get in on this, but it's a tie for me. And it's a tie between when it was the Easter Sunday, and I was at the Quarters, the Latin Quarters here in New York, and the mighty KRS-One battled Melly Mel. That was the craziest. I will never forget. Like, I was all but 16 years old, so I was in there with my boys. It was Easter, and just being young and in the city, and it was dangerous, and KRS was just the Don on the mic, and Melly Mel was like the old White Lotus master, and the new blood just came in and just took over that night. And it was just like, you know, my face is in front of your hand, so I'm dissing it. And he did that rhyme, and it was just shut down. There was fights breaking out, everything was crazy. So that, and then, you know, this is I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but I saw the Jacksons at Nassau Coliseum, and they were on the Triumph tour, and Michael had out Off the Wall, and then, you know, Can You Feel It, and all of that. And I was like 9 years old, and I was just like, I want to do that. I want to do what they're doing. That was crazy to me. So it's a tie between those two.
Hey, before we get to the next question, I know we're short on time. First of all, I want to thank Justin in front of everybody, because I'm very honored to work with him. And it was like, I just thought about, and I want to say everybody up here, I'm really grateful to be, you know, point blank, Q-Tip and KRS have been an influence on my life, and they one of the reasons I'm in hip hop, you know, so to be amongst them and to be able to be a part of a project like this Smirnoff mix series, signature mix series, is incredible. And with just, I didn't get to speak on it much, because when the teacher's speaking, you just kind of shut up, you know what I'm saying? So KRS he's saying enough to just, we all understand, and I learned that. But I want to say that light song was something special, and what Just said about it being divine, I felt it was divine. And in many ways, you know, the spirit of JD was just, to me, inspiring me to just let go of any pressures, and I felt like he was just saying, just bless it, man, just bless it. So I let go of trying to put any pressure or trying to top the light or do whatever. Because, you know, many times, even when you're making albums, people say, oh, I want you to chop this album, we love this album from you. But it's important as an artist that you just understand it's a body of work, and you just keep creating and you keep creating. Whatever picture you paint at that time that comes from your heart and your spirit is the truest expression of art that you can give. So I think that's what we did with the light, and I feel like that's what we all accomplished with what we